Good afternoon. President Bongbong Marcos says he will name a new education secretary by the end of the week following Vice President Sara Duterte's resignation from his cabinet. Marcos makes the announcement after Duterte resigned as a cabinet member, education secretary, and vice chairperson of the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict. While Duterte did not indicate her reasons for resigning, she explained that her resignation was not a sign of weakness, but a sign of compassion for teachers and students. In an ambush interview in Manila on Thursday, June 27, Marcos says it is important to carry on from Duterte's resignation.
Well, we have to carry on, and the Department of Education is quite possibly, arguably, the most important department because education is that important. So no matter the change of leadership within the department, we still have to carry on. I would like to be able to announce the appointment of the new DepEd secretary by the end of the week. We cannot leave it open. Ang importante yung trabaho nila. We cannot just leave it like that na nakatiwangwang dun sa na walang secretary.
Meanwhile, in reaction to the reported plan of former President Rodrigo Duterte and his two sons to seek a Senate seat in the 2025 midterm elections, Marcos says they're allowed to do whatever they want. The vice president earlier confirmed that her father and brothers will run for senator in 2025, adding that Davao City Mayor Sebastian Duterte is also eyeing the presidency in 2028.
It's a free country. They're allowed to do whatever it is they want. I really have no reaction to it. Besides, it's still early. We really won't know any of these things. We're talking about 2028. Ang dami pang mangyayari between now and 2028. And the only real situation will become clear in October sa filing.
President Bongbong Marcos says that while the recent Ayungin Shoal confrontation was not an armed attack, it was still a deliberate and illegal action. In an ambush interview on Thursday, June 27, Marcos speaks on the confrontation in the West Philippine Sea where Chinese Coast Guard attacked Philippine Navy personnel, leaving one crewman without a thumb. The Chinese also rammed and towed the Philippine boats, wielded bolos and spears at the Filipino troops, and deployed tear gas in the ensuing commotion.
It's not armed. Walang pumutok.
Sir,
Hindi
bakit
tayo tinutukan ng baril.
Sorry, sir.
But it was a deliberate action to stop our people. They boarded a Philippine vessel and took the equipment from that Philippine vessel. So, although there were no arms involved, nonetheless, it is still a deliberate action, and it is essentially an illegal action that was taken by the Chinese forces.
The Department of Foreign Affairs earlier said that the government made a diplomatic démarche following the violent clash between personnel of the Philippine Navy and the China Coast Guard. But Marcos says the Philippines has to do more than file protests against China's aggressive actions.
We have already made the similar number of démarches. So we have to do more than just that. Kasi papatawag natin yung ambassador, sasabihin natin itong posisyon namin, hindi namin gusto yung nangyari. And that's it. But we have to do more than that. So we are. So we're doing more than just that.
The United States says more partners are speaking up against threats to peace in the South China Sea. United States Ambassador to Manila Mary Kay Carlson is calling on China to cease its harassment and illegal activities in the West Philippine Sea. Carlson says the Biden administration's aim for a free and open Indo-Pacific meant a region free from coercion from other countries where international laws are abided by all nations. Carlson likewise highlights the growing chorus against threats to stability in the South China Sea, while she urges more nations to speak up. Her remarks come after the June 17 incident in Ayungin Shoal, where the China Coast Guard towed a Philippine vessel en route to a resupply mission to the BRP Sierra Madre. The incident also resulted in a Philippine Navy personnel losing a finger. Meanwhile, Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo says the Philippines itself is fighting against disinformation campaigns to preserve our sovereignty. Manalo points out that genuine photos and videos speak louder than attempts at misinformation and the peddling of false narratives. The Anti-Money Laundering Council reveals that suspended Boman Mayor Alice B voluntarily listed a certain Wen Yi Lin as her mother when she opened her bank accounts. At the Senate panel on Women's hearing on Philippine offshore gaming operators, Senator Win Gatchalian asks what Guo used as her mother's maiden name when she opened her bank accounts. AMLC Investigation and Enforcement Department Director Attorney Emmet Manantan says Guo listed several variations including Wen Yi Lin Lial.
Based po sa investigation po namin, doon po sa mga binavalidate namin, there are several variations po, Senator. So, just to give you some of the variations po na tinitignan namin, Wen Yi Lial po, Wen Yi Lin, Wen Yi Lin Lial, Wen Yi Lial, tapos yung Amelia Lim Lial and Amelia Lial po. So, several variations po, like I mentioned.
Citing the investigation led by his office, Gatchalian earlier said Chinese woman Wen Yi Lin could be Guo's real mother, as the name keeps popping up on Guo's family's financial statements. But the embattled mayor denied that Wen Yi Lin was her biological mother, insisting her real mother was Amelia Lial. During the hearing, Gatchalian repeatedly clarifies if Guo listed a certain Wen Yi Lin, to which Manantan answers on the affirmative side. The senator then remarks that Amelia Lial must be a figment of Guo's imagination.
So, in other words, nung binuksan niya yung account niya, voluntarily, sinulat niya na ang kanyang mother's maiden name is Wen Yi Lin.
Opo.
Lial lang. No?
Opo.
Pero alam naman natin, Lial, ano lang naman yun katang isip lang naman yun, parang imagination lang yun. Diba? Pero nakasulat doon, Wen Yi Lin.
Opo, Senator.
So, ang ibig sabihin, siguro bago pa lumabas itong issue na ito, voluntarily, sinusulat niya ang nanay niya si Wen Yi Lin.
Opo.
Pareho doon sa BOI documents.
Opo, Senator.
Correct?
Opo.
Alright.
And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Jean Mangalus. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net.